Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to core and bake a pumpkin or squash. And pull out the seeds and roast them. The first thing I'm going to do is preheat the oven to 400 degrees. So the first thing I do is to rinse my pumpkin. Then I'm going to put it into the dish I plan to bake it in. I'm going to take a big knife and cut a circle around the top of the pumpkin. Careful not to cut myself. And you can see now I can lift out the center of the top of the pumpkin. So now we're going to scoop out the seeds and put them into a colander so I can rinse them later and roast them. So once I'm done, I put my hand in just to make sure I don't feel any seeds. You can still pull a few strings out if you like. The stringy stuff isn't the best. And then, here we are. The pumpkin looks pretty clean inside, and it's clean on top here. You fit the lid of the pumpkin exactly where you had cut it out from so that it's no extra spaces. I have it in a baking dish so that because this has some juice, the juice might overflow. Open our oven. We place the pumpkin in the oven. We close the oven door and we wait 1 hour. And now I separate the seeds from the pulp so I can do my seed roasting. So now I'm separating the seeds from the pulp. And I'm going to do a little by hand, and then I'm going to use the water and use the rinse water to help separate the seeds from the pulp. But first I'm going to do it by hand. And when I come across these seeds that are kind of flimsy, like this, see how these are flimsy? I just put them right in the compost because they aren't going to give me very good seeds for roasting. And once I get the seeds separated from the pulp, I can roast the seeds. And once you get most of the pulp out, it makes it a little easier to rinse it. I squeeze the seeds a little bit. You see how I run them through my hand? This way I can check to see if there's any more pulp. I think we have some pretty clean seed there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to roast some of these pumpkin seeds that I've taken out of the pumpkin. So you can see that I've laid out the seeds on a baking dish for my toaster oven, and I lined that with foil. Now I'm going to lightly salt, just lightly salt the seeds. Put the tray into the toaster oven now. Normally I roast at 300, and I'm going to do it for 15 minutes. I'm going to see how it turns out, and then this is a very efficient oven, so I'm going to see how that roasts at 15 minutes, and then I'm going to check it, stir the seeds, and maybe roast a little longer, or else I will call them done. If you're roasting in the regular oven, I go 300 degrees 30 minutes. Those look toasted. Okay, my timer went off. Let me check and see if my pumpkin is ready. Just stick a fork in there. Seems to go in pretty easily. Okay, I'm gonna let this guy cool off. I'm gonna put him in a nice cool place. So now the pumpkin feels cool enough so we can start to scoop it out. So that's all you do, is you just scoop it out however you want to. And you can freeze this pumpkin too. Alright, I'm gonna start squeezing. I'm gonna start pouring that juice out. If you freeze it, the juice settles out really nicely and you can just pour it out, or you can even, when you put it in the fridge, the same deal. That's how you bake a pumpkin or a squash and pull out the seeds and roast them.